We don't usually make video like this, but I am a huge fan of Ark Nova. It might be a spoiler, this might be one of my favorite games of all time. And I want to talk about it now in this video.
And I have not played it, so I am a passenger.
Hi, I'm Stella, and this lazy guy is Tarrant.
Hello.
The passenger from Meeple University. So Ark Nova has been out for a while. There is one expansion, which is the marine one that I know of so far. Now there's Sanctuary, which is going to be an Essen 2025 release. I was lucky enough to have played Sanctuary at GenCon 2025, and I want to talk about it, and I want to play it again and again and again.
Yes, this is a stand-alone Ark Nova game. So similar feel, but new game.
Thank you, passenger. So Sanctuary, this is the box. So you can see that it's an Ark Nova game. And Sanctuary has got the action selection similar to Ark Nova. But instead of the 5 cards, you only have 4 cards. And they dictate what tiles you play with this action tile. So you can see there's arrow there, and then there is the strength of the tile you can play on your tableau. So this is a tableau, a drafting game and tableau building game. So the way it works with the tile placement is a bit different than Ark Nova. So the placement is more strategic here than Ark Nova. But first look at the 4 action tiles. So you can see different icons for each tile, and that indicates what type of tile you can play on your tableau. And the arrow indicates the strength of the tiles you can. So as in Ark Nova, in Sanctuary, you take the tiles and the action tile and put it on the left. Slide it on the left and then slide everything to the right. So take it on the left and then slide everything to the right, I should say. You can upgrade these tiles by flipping it. Hence, the arrow would be on the right-hand side, not on the left-hand side. So let's say they are on the left. That means the strength is 2. On your turn, you must take 1 tile from the common area. And you take it to your hand. You can have maximum of 6 or 8, one of those. You have a maximum hand amount of tiles. And then on your turn, you can you use one of those action tile to place a tile. It could be animals, it could be building, it could be project on your own tableau. So you do that, take the tile and slide it to the left, and then you put your tile on the on your board. So there's adjacency rules, must be orthogonally adjacent, and those tiles has got symbols that you're probably familiar with in Ark Nova, like the countries or continent symbols, the animal symbols, and so on. So you start with an empty player board, which you have to put from the gate, from adjacent to the gate, which is the bottom part of your player board. And that's basically your turn. You can optionally build a building for free if you meet the requirements. So some tiles has got requirements as well. Other type of tiles, the hexagonal tiles, you must have something adjacent to that tile or something, a sanctuary next to the tile, and so on. The game end triggers when one player fills up all the empty spots on their player board. Or you can also see here the goal objective little tiles which you need to complete. You gain the points. So let's say you must have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of something, and then that something is in the common area. So let's say 2 of animal from Asia continent, for example. Like something similar is in Ark Nova.
And similar to that style where you can try to claim the objective at value 2, 3, or 5.
That's correct. So you want to hold back, or you want to wait until it's you collect more and then gain more points. So 2, you get 5 points at the end. 3, you gain 7 points at the end of the game, and so on. There are also things that will give you in-game kind of like engine building. For example, here in the picture, 2 of the project that you have on your tableau.
It's that little network icon.
Yes. And that will let you flip one of your action tiles. So it's how you upgrade. So you can see there are 4 options for upgrades that way.
Yep, which of course was always a big part of trying to figure out where you would get those upgrades from in basic Ark Nova. It's a key part of the early game.
Yeah. It's actually 6 tiles. It says here 6 maximum tiles that you have in your hands. You want to be efficient taking the tile and then playing it. Make sure you time it right. Make sure you have strong enough action tile to play that particular tile. So those are some of the tiles. There's a wild icon next to that. That is the thing that you can spend. You can gain at various action. You can spend it to add +1 to whatever it is objective that you're trying to achieve.
Yes, which I think was one of the bonuses in Marine Worlds. Added that to the game.
Right. Yes. Those are what the board looks like. I almost fill up my board. And you can see the mountain symbol on the left on the jaguar, and there's continent and a type predator and things like that. Part of the objective that you need to fulfill. The game comes with the standee for the tiles. Some of the tiles have immediate effect and bonuses as you play them. That's also helping you building your engine or play the next tile and so on.
And that I can see will be a big part of the kind of sequencing that was always in original Ark Nova as well. Is trying to make sure you've got the right buildings and the right prerequisite icons to play something when you have the money to do so and the timing to do so.
Yes.
And then the rewards that those will get you help you to get more tiles or more cards or things that you need.
That's basically it. So things like you'll be able to slide one of your action tile to the left, hence sliding everything else to the right, or gaining the wild symbols. Like the more expensive one could potentially give you 3 wild symbols to achieve objectives. And then there are requirements, so you must be placed to certain buildings, so you must have built that one first before building these tiles. And also on your player board there are things that you cover that will give you bonus. So you can see near the edges of the board here in the top, and then corners of your playboard.
Yeah, looks like a water tank over in the bottom left. I don't know what that is. It looks like a water tank. My animal's got a drink.
So there is the sanctuary on the top right, which certain tiles need to be placed to next to that, and it will tell you which side of the tiles needs to be placed next to a sanctuary, which is an open area. If it's not there, you must just bring, there's a special tile that you can put, and you just put it there, which is filling up your board faster in that way.
Yeah. So it certainly sounds to me that there's a bit of extra interaction perhaps with the tile draft, the fact that you are always trying to get tiles before your opponents have taken them.
Yes, you must.
That was always something that was perhaps lacking a little bit from the original Ark Nova, where so many of the cards came from the deck.
The tile itself, you must draft 1 tile at the start of your turn, and which tile you can draft is also depending on a certain action on your action tile, how strong it is, then which up to like row number 5, row number 6. So if it's on the left, that means you can only draft the bottom tile, for example, right? And that tile has an action attached to it. So that's how you want to move it to the left. When you do the action, that means that next turn, you can only draft like very limited tiles position.
That's going to make for some interesting timing decisions.
So yeah, I'm very excited. What do you think, Tarrant? What do you think after hearing my limited explanation? I'm not Tarrant explaining games, but I think that gives you some ideas of how it plays, hopefully.
Yeah, sounds like it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to play that. I got a friend that says, oh yeah, I'm not really into Ark Nova, but this might be a different one. It might be something that I would enjoy. So it's definitely less complex. It still feels like Ark Nova. It's a snappier version of Ark Nova, but it's a completely different game. And as you said, Tarrant, it's a bit more interactive when it comes to drafting the tiles and more strategic tile placement on your board. In Ark Nova, you'll be like putting it like whatever it fits, whatever it covers, or there's requirements. But this is like one tile could, it will score you, let's say 2 points per adjacent lizard. So you want to put lizard around it, so you get a lot of points. So you can get lots of points from there. Well, hopefully that's been helpful. I'm so excited to have it come out as in 2025. And let us know if you have heard about it, if you have played it. And thanks so much for watching. See you next time.